Our studio got messed up last night.
Didn't get messed up.
This is a
Our
working
lives.
environment. A working environment, and all of your family were in here gallivanting.
Your family too.
That's true.
And sorry, it didn't get messed up. It got fucked up. yeah.
That's okay. We'll explain why my voice is a bit gone. We'll explain why we're both absolutely. Well, I look haggard. The state of me. If anyone's watching this on YouTube,
What is wrong with you?
look at the heck of me.
Wearing my jumper anyway.
I haven't even brushed my teeth.
I know. I don't Welcome, lovely listeners, to How Are You Lovey podcast.
Yes, great to have you back with us for another week. Hope you've had a good one so far. Thank you everyone for all of the messages and comments since last week's episode on both the main episode and the bonus episode.
The bonus episode commentary was lit.
Can I say,
Lit
hand
this
on
week.
heart, and this is not to like blow smoke up our own arse, but like I genuinely thought that bonus episode last week about the nurse's confession box is one of my favourite things I've ever listened back to. I pissed myself laughing.
It was quite good. There was something that you said that I clearly missed. I didn't miss it when we were recording, but when I listened back, I was like, oh my God. On that note, so if you didn't know that we did a bonus episode, you're not subscribed. So subscribe, save, rate and review.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
subscribe, share, rate,
Yeah,
review.
yeah.
And don't forget to throw us in an email at howyolovey@gmail.com.
Yes.
So, Carl, let's get into it.
Okay.
How are you, lovey?
Look, I mean, I'm dishevelled. I am sleep deprived. I sound awful, but it was a very much a cup. Fill your cup last. Fuck's sake, I can't even talk. Jesus Christ. It was very much a fill your cup back up kind of night, is what I meant to say.
I wasn't thinking that from you. You were giving me daggers all night long. I'm joking, you weren't. You weren't. I was throwing you there.
I was like, what? I was like, what? So just to explain, we had a surprise party for a family member here in the house last night. So we actually still have some of the stuff up here in the
But we're
studio.
leaving it up.
Because it's your birthday month.
It's my birthday month, and I said, feck it. It's staying up until the end of May. One of the patients in work to me, I was reading out his date of birth. I'm like, oh my God, you're a May baby. And he's like, well, when are you? I was like, oh, I'm a May baby too. And he's like, so you're this month? I was like, oh yeah, I am this month.
May came out of nowhere.
It swung by and smacked us in the face.
It did. But anyway, we had a family member. We hosted a surprise party for them last night here in the house. And it was absolutely brilliant. It was just so good. And managed to keep it a surprise. But that's the one thing is I don't think I'm tired from the party or being up late. Obviously, there's an element of that. I think I'm tired from the trying to keep the secret.
Yeah.
It's
The suspense of it all.
exhausting.
The absolute suspense of it all. And what was worse is my sister flew in
Yeah.
and we had to keep her being home a surprise.
Yeah.
Because, we had to keep her harboured in the house. And then because she was in our house, we couldn't let the kids see any of my family.
Yeah.
Because then they would ruin the surprise.
That was it. It was trying to keep the kids
Yeah.
out of the loop, like, do you know what I mean? But it was, oh, Jesus Christ, it was genuinely exhausting trying not to give the surprise away because, I don't know, see, I'm quite an oversharer anyway.
Yes.
And we both would be bit kind of word vomiters in
Yeah.
social situations, which means then, like, if you know that there's a secret and there's something that you're trying not to say, it makes it worse because then you're more likely to say it. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
So we were just all over the shop. I did have a conversation with someone and I was like, imagine having an affair.
Especially for you. Everyone would know you now, Carl.
It'd be exhausting. Just
I know you wouldn't actually, Carl, yeah.
I'd never
You
be.
do only have eyes for me. It's actually sickening.
I wouldn't be able to. No, do you know what the funny thing is?
What?
More than anything, wouldn't be able for the stress.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't be.
Genuinely wouldn't be able for the stress of
I'm trying to keep the secret.
the lion. Ah, Jesus Christ. That was the most exhausting part, was just keeping the secret. But anyway, we did keep the secret. And it was one of those brilliant moments where, like, they came in and it was just like
Yes.
the shock on their face.
And then we were then thinking, like, nobody filmed it. But one of my cousin's wives, she had filmed it. Thank goodness.
Thank God. Yeah.
But yeah.
So no, we had a brilliant night and we're just, after doing all the cleanup, my mum and dad have the kids now.
Yeah.
We did the cleanup in the house. God, isn't it gas how much you can get done when there's no kids around? I've been to the dump. We've cleaned up the whole house. We took down a gazebo. We put away furniture. What else did we do? You were mopping floors. We got loads done.
Got the washing done, washing on.
Tons.
To the food shop.
So anyway, that was last night. That's probably why we sound a bit
Like
dishevelled.
Carl sounds a bit croaky.
Bit hoarse. But the other thing in terms of like filling my cup during the week, I was coming out of the supermarket and I bumped into one of my old teachers.
Oh, yes. You were telling me this. Yes.
We had a teacher, his name was Mr. Kevill, and he was a great teacher. I had him from first year and I bumped into him. But it was so funny because like, Jesus, like it'd be a while since I've seen him anyway, but he hadn't changed. But I did actually have one of these real, like, I don't know, not profound is too big a word. Profound is too profound a word. But I was driving back in the car and I was like, it's kind of gas, but like there's someone who probably doesn't realize the positive impact they had on my life. Because you know the way you talk about like, obviously your parents and your friends.
Yes.
Outside of your parents and your friends, probably the people who have the most influence over having a positive impact on your life or
Yes.
negative
Yes, yes.
is a teacher.
Yes.
And because I slag teachers all the time. We have a lot of friends who are teachers and I slag them all about like, you know, oh, you're counting down the days to your next holiday, blah, 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 blah. Just giving you a stick.
Yes.
But actually like, it is mad. It's like quite a responsible job.
Yes.
Well,
it's very influential.
No, but that's what I mean. It's quite a responsible job, bar the educational side of things.
Yes.
You have so much influence over people and you've so much influence in terms of like having a positive impact on people. So like, I was only thinking like the likes of that teacher who I met the other day, and there was other ones as well. I was just very lucky. My secondary school, like I had a lot of really good teachers and I had a really good experience with secondary school. But like there's other teachers who I was only thinking about it and I find myself in various situations thinking about like, oh, what would Mr. O'Shea say?
Right.
Or
Okay.
what would he say about this? Like, so it's actually like just stuck with me the whole way through my life. I always remember Mr. O'Shea, he was gas. He was like absolutely mad, like in a great way. And he used to have this quote up above his whiteboard in school and it said, nobody can make me feel inferior without my permission. And it's funny because it's a bit like, you know, the Eddie Jordan quote I talked about a couple of months ago, which his kind of catchphrase was fuck the begrudgers.
Yes.
And it's funny. It's like a more PC version of
Fuck the begrudgers.
fuck the begrudgers.
You need to come up with your own little version of that.
That's it. Like,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's nice to have something if you're going into a situation and you might be doubting yourself or you're a bit like, oh God, okay, you know, I'm not sure about this situation or how well I'm going to be able to perform. To be able to say something like, no one can make me feel inferior without my permission. Basically, no one is going to tell me that I'm not good enough to do this. And like,
I tell you that all the time, Carl.
exactly. And in my head, I'm just in the corner like, nobody can make me feel inferior. It's more like fuck the begrudgers. That's what I'm like. So anyway, it was
No, you're like, fuck you, bitch.
no, it was just lovely bumping into them. And I actually realised that next week
Go on.
I am going to be, so I'm 36.
Yes.
I left school when I was 18 and I was doing the maths.
18 years, is it?
And next year it will be literally half my lifetime ago. You know the way people say to you, like, you know, oh, the time flies, the this, that and the other, right?
Yeah.
I quite literally can remember small details about my last day of school. I just can't believe it's 18 years. It's nuts. So anyway, I was head boy for my year.
Little licker.
So I was
You're
thinking,
still a little licker. It's like, my teachers.
for next week, I had to write a speech
Oh, did you?
for our graduation, and next week it'll be like at that 20 year,
Oh,
or the 18 year
sorry.
mark. So I might have a little look and see if I can root out the speech to
God,
read some of it out on the podcast.
Did you cry at this speech?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. But
Were you like, lads?
No, I'll tell you
Okay.
what. There was,
What?
if you read it, there was a bit of a thirst for fame from me.
Was there, Carl?
Yeah.
You didn't want to be famous.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Who
Maybe
knew?
I did.
Sorry. What was that? Who knew? Who knew that I would want to be famous?
So there you go. That's the crack. That's what my week has been like. A lovely week. And sorry, before all that, I should have started out with this. We did a lovely little moment as well with Bavian this week.
Oh, yes.
We finally got our first steps out of her.
Well, we were getting her first
She-
step, but
yeah.
it hit this week.
As in, it really it clicked.
We have dropped formula
Yeah.
and we dropped crawling this week.
I know, it's mad. And
Carl still doesn't have the snip.
They haven't rang me back.
I know.
They haven't rang me back. Okay.
Watch this space.
No, I'll ring them back.
There
We're
you
moving
go.
on to you. I'm going to ring them. I'm going to ring them during the week.
Off you go then.
And I'll report back next week, I think.
Yeah.
Ash, how are you, Lovie?
I'm all good. Just been listening to you intently. You're a little bit lost in translation at times this week, weren't you?
You're tired. You are
I'm
exhausted.
tired. You're tired as well.
I'm starting to try and get better at being at peace with the fact that just comes with the territory of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So it just
But you get frustrated when I say that to you sometimes. Anyway, we'll talk about this later in Sniper Rally.
Okay. Go on then. Tell me.
This week is good. Lovely week in work. What else then? Sorry, I loved recording that bonus episode. The amount of talk back that I've got
From your own nurse
from
mates?
my own nursing crowd and just people in general that have said that was a funny episode.
Okay, if anyone hasn't listened to it, it was confessions from lovely listeners who are nurses. And if you're not working in healthcare, you don't have to work in healthcare for this to be an entertaining episode. It's absolutely bonkers.
It was more the toes thing. It just makes me realise how protected almost I am in the peds sector.
For anyone who missed it, one of the confessions that came in, actually there was a few of them. Apparently it's fairly common practice for elderly people's toes to fall off.
Yeah.
And it's very just they just fall off.
Yeah.
Just
And legs as well.
mad.
Legs as well. No, not that common.
That's not common, but that did come in. It did come in.
No, what has my week been like? Grand. As in, no, it's been lovely. The kids are just, no matter what way we do it with them, they're just all bonkers, aren't they?
It's bonkers.
They are bonkers. We have finally decided on a school.
We did. And do you know what? Maybe
What?
this is preempting Sniper Alley. Holy shit, you were exhausting. Because we made the decision.
And
then the following day, she was like, I met this person. I feel like we might be making the wrong decision. I was like, we've made our decision.
yes, I think I was in such turmoil over it because I was just at that choice paralysis stage. As in, I would normally be very good.
You're very decisive.
Very decisive. But I have found, I'd say, over the last couple of months, it's the mental load, shall we say, has been a lot more. Just with everything with us at the start, the year and Dad passed and everything. So I do think I was unable to make a decision.
Yeah.
That way. So I kind of left it with you, Carl, didn't I? I said, Carl,
you
I said, I'm 50-50 either way.
Well, obviously it was going to be like a joint decision between the two of us. But no, I could see that you were struggling more because we've spoken about it before on the podcast, but things like just not having the bandwidth in various situations, life situations.
Yeah,
I think your bandwidth, regardless of the kids,
yes,
because you're going through a process of grieving.
Yes,
that's taking up a lot of your bandwidth too. And
yes,
to make what is an important decision, it was hard.
I couldn't have mental clarity. I think that's what it was. And then there was the mom guilt with that because I was like, how can I not make this decision for our child, the other way, and then our children that will be following into the school that he's in. So then there was mom guilt with that then as well. So multifactorial. But what I will say is though, this week was the first week, even in work, and I even said it to them, this was the first week I kind of felt back to my shit. Does that make sense?
Back on it,
Back on it. Now, my speed with stuff wouldn't be back on it, but my mental capacity in work would be back on.
You're entering that flow state again in work.
Yes, yeah.
But in fairness as well, that's after just coming back from maternity leave.
Yes, yeah. Well, no, the after maternity leave, it hasn't really knocked me. This now, January knocked me.
Okay.
I have, not that I've struggled, but I've struggled to, and my processing would definitely be different. Do you know that way?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it could be a tiredness thing, but I do think it's a mental clarity thing. There's just a lot. Do you know that way? But yeah, so I kind of felt like this week, I was like, okay, because we made the decision with the school, and then I felt more on it, more kind of efficient in work, and more, I suppose, a more technical parts of my brain were working, which was great. So yeah, I felt good coming out of the week.
That's good.
Do you know that way?
Yeah.
As much as I'm like, oh God, I struggled. But I actually, it was a recognition of the struggle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's
it was
good
a clarity situation.
Do you know what? That's one of the things that surprised me. And then, not that we're not going to get into a mad, big, long conversation about it, but that's one of the things that surprised me about grief and kind of from the outside in, seeing you know, the process that you've been going through.
Yes.
I kind of always understood that like grief would just be kind of like ignorantly, I thought it would just be a case of you being sad.
Yes.
And like, you know, you just spend a period of time where you're just very sad, and for whatever reason, these bouts of sadness would hit you.
Yes.
Whereas actually, I don't think that's what grief is.
No, it's a very like submersive thing.
Yeah.
Like you're that whole thing of a wave. Sometimes you're threading, sometimes you're on a boat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Last night I was on a boat. What? I was like, and then sometimes you're on a boat. Then sometimes you're like, okay, I'm happy swimming.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're floating.
Yeah.
Sometimes but I felt like I was kind of almost coming to the shore.
Yeah.
Again, where like the feet are starting to pave the way into like the new life, if that makes sense. The new normality or whatever.
Yeah. No, I know, because I don't to upset you either by talking about it, but I suppose that's been the biggest surprise for me, is that it's one of those things that like even how it impacts your life. Like, it's not just how it impacts your life in terms of like how you feel and being sad. It's just like taking away your ability to process like normal everyday things as well. You know what I mean? Like taking away your bandwidth for all of that stuff. It is just, I didn't fully understand how 360 it is.
Yes. Anyway, let's swiftly move on because I don't want to be crying. I'm all good.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I've enjoyed this week is that, and then I've also enjoyed, I was in the garden centre again. I needed a new Husera, so I bought one.
What's a Husera?
It's the plant that's at the front of our garden at the olive tree.
I still don't know what that is.
It's the plant that's at the base of the olive tree in our front garden. You know, kind of the yellowy, purpley one?
Nope.
No. Okay, anyway. So there's that one.
The thing is, I walk by it every day. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, our sickly bush is doing well.
We've learned sickly actually means it's a sick tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Or
general
bush.
English, Carl.
No, I genuinely thought sickly was just a species.
No.
When people go, oh, it's a sickly whatever. I was like, oh, grand, it's obviously
No, it's
just
sick.
a species. Yeah, it's sick.
We've had that discussion. So yeah, no, I was in the L club of the garden centre. And then what else? Do you know what my phone has been feeding me this week?
Go on.
Everest. Has your phone been feeding you this?
Oh, because we're in climbing season.
Yeah.
So this is exactly when people will be summiting Everest right now. Yeah.
But did you not see?
Summit season.
Have you seen any of the news? There's like commotion on Everest this year.
Was it because it's so packed?
Well, no, it's packed. But the reason why it's packed is no one can actually summit at the moment. There's a delay in people being able to go to the part where they need to go to summit because there's a whole. It's all like, is it either that it's frozen over? I need to go back over what it is, but effectively they couldn't pass the point from camp 2 to camp, or whatever, camp 3 to camp 4.
Yeah.
And camp 4 is where they summit from. So they couldn't pass into camp 3 from camp 4 because I think there was a huge glacier, or there was, let me just tell you exactly what
An
it was.
ice fall is what they call it, isn't it?
So there is like there's been avalanche, like it's dangerous.
Oh, well, it is. Like, there was a mad story. Oh, I need to find his name, but there was an Irish guy who died on Everest a few years ago, but he followed me on Instagram. And I remember him being in touch with me when he was doing all the training, and he was really nice, and he was asking me advice on a GoPro. That was it, because he was getting ready to go to Everest. Hang on, let me find.
Sorry, that's what they're called, a serac. So effectively there's a huge ice block, so they can't pass from one camp into the next. And they have to wait for either the serac to defrost a little or to break it down a little to make it safe for them to go across into the next camp.
Okay.
But what that does then is that creates a huge backlog.
Wow.
So on the first day that it was safe for them to cross this serac,
Yeah.
there was a huge lot of traffic of people, and that's where it becomes unsafe.
Okay, right.
And then what's happening is people are up in the highest camp, ready, like in that death zone area.
Yeah, because you're literally dying at that stage.
Ready. So they're there for 3 or 4 days, which is kind of unheard of,
Wow.
because they need to wait for the traffic to pass to get up to the summit. Like, it's scary this year, but then that's also using more oxygen tanks.
Yeah. Which all get left on the side of the mountain.
Which all get left on the side of the mountain. But so my phone has been, I've been going down rabbit holes again.
I think they created a few new rules about like what you can and can't do on Everest. But like it is crazy. I mean, it's become one of these things that like, whether it's, I don't know, with the invention of the internet and it like puts ideas in people's heads, I don't know, but it seems like it's more popular than it definitely is more popular than it's ever been.
Well, I think the whole thing of like, there's a whole thing of like base camp and people doing base camp.
Yeah.
But then I don't understand the whole point of doing base camp as a thing. Like that's literally just going to say, I'm going there to be there.
To go and do base camp, yeah.
Do you know, like
Now,
that's like an Everest tourist.
I know,
Do you know that way?
but I don't think I'd say no to doing it. Like,
No. I would be all for it. Not that I would be all for doing it. I think have to be very thought out process, and it would be. But I think the whole, you're saying you would be all for doing base camp.
I would, like, if the opportunity came up, I don't think I'd say no to going and
Is
doing
base
base
camp not just like camping at the side of a mountain?
It's not a particularly difficult thing to do. I think
Yeah.
I don't think you'd go into it like without training. I think you have to do a bit of fitness for it.
For altitude sickness.
Yeah,
but then equally altitude sickness could hit if you're fit or not.
Well, yeah, I remember when I was in Peru and Bolivia, and I was like,
it hit me doing Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Do you know? But I just was like, my phone has been feeding me this week because you know what I'm like with that movie.
You're
Everest.
obsessed with Everest.
Yeah, I sometimes would fall asleep listening to it.
I used to always.
Rob.
I know.
Rob.
It's a great movie.
It's base camp.
I had a look there. It was Seamus Lawless was the name of that Irish guy.
Oh yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, it was 2020, and it was mad because I just remember I remember putting it up on my Instagram. I was like, oh, go follow this journey or whatever like that, and then God love him, like, you know. And it's funny. It's one of those things I've often thought to myself. Like, I think most people would love to be able to say that if like they had the means to do it, the fitness to do it, and you know all of that. I think most people would love to stand on top of the highest mountain on planet Earth.
Yes.
It must be an amazing, amazing feeling. But I think now, like having kids, right? Let's say we won the Euro Millions now and we could just drop everything and start training and we could go and do Everest.
I don't think I would do Everest, no.
I don't think I would either.
I would go, I kind of, like, I love the appeal of Denali Mountain over in America.
Which one is that?
That's just one of the higher peaks over in America. Like, I do love the appeal of some of them. Now, whether you'd be able to do them or not, probably not. But what I love, right, is, like, see the way, like, I've talked about this documentary series that I was watching before, 100-Foot Wave, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there's, like, the likes of Everest and, what's the other thing? Like, cave diving. And when you really go into these things and when you look at like the Irish representation.
It's unbelievable.
And that's where I love watching these documentaries because I'm like, oh my goodness, for such a small little nation, we actually have such a huge mix of, like, we have a huge skill mix.
Yeah.
We have a huge hobby list. Do you know that way? And how do people get into these things?
Yeah.
Do you know, like, I'm always, like, when I'm watching these documentaries, I'm always like, I'm so proud to be Irish, but then also even prouder that we have people in these areas.
100%.
Do you know that way? Like, it is amazing. So, like, there's the Irish, like, you have a pal that he's done Mount Everest. He's now leading groups in Mount Everest.
Rob Martell, his name. He's an unbelievable guy. And he was just someone I met. Do you know how I met Rob Martell? He was, we were in the gym and I was doing a little bench press. And he asked if we could kind of like, work in with each other. And I was like, yeah, 100%. And we just got chatting to each other. And he was asking me, he was like, are you training for anything in particular? I was like, no, I'm just trying to get rid of my titties. And he was like, I was like, how about you? And he was like, I'm actually training. I'm going to be climbing Everest this year. And I was like, you're pulling my leg. And he was like, no, genuinely. And anyway, he went off and I didn't see him for months. And then he came back and he'd loads of plasters on the tops of his fingers.
Did he?
From like, he didn't get like full frostbite. He didn't lose his fingers or anything. But like, you know, it was just one of those things you were like, whoa, you actually were there and he did it. And
I just think, like, it just puts me all right there, hitting yourself in the face of the mic.
Jesus.
Yeah. I just think there's such a small nation and such a small little population. Like, there's that man with the cave diving that was involved with the Thailand. Remember the boys
rescuing the Thai lads? Yeah.
Like, he was kind of one of the front forerunners of that they asked to come join them.
If no one's ever watched the Netflix documentary about that, I don't think anyone realised just how perilous that situation was. It's it's actually sickening watching that documentary.
But equally, what they had to do with the children, and then to get them out,
they had to sedate the kids.
Watch it first.
Oh, it's absolutely
it's brilliant,
bonkers.
Yeah. So anyway, I've been down a rabbit hole. So I'm gone down my Everest rabbit hole again.
We might do Kilimanjaro someday. You never know.
Well, that is on my bucket list.
Okay,
I've had this on my bucket list. I'd say since first year of college. I wrote a bucket list then.
Did you?
No, yeah. Now I can't remember what was fully on it, but I do like my two main ones are Kilimanjaro
and the silverback.
Yeah.
What
the gorillas and
gorillas. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. They're still there. They're like I. That's all I want to see. All I want to do.
We should do that for our 40th.
There you go, Rob. We'll go with you to Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
And a marathon. So the marathon's getting ticked off this year. Anyway,
hopefully
right.
we need to get our shit together.
That's my week this week. So ebbs and flows, high and lows.
Yes.
There we go.
Right, it's time now for Sniper Alley. This is the part of the podcast where if either of us have anything that's been bothering us about the other person during the week, this is our opportunity to do it. And we actually have found this very healthy for our relationship.
Yes.
Because it's nice to keep these things bottled up for the week.
Yeah.
Ready to be unleashed in front of everyone else. It actually has been good.
Yes, it has been good.
Go on, I feel like you're chomping at the bit.
I'm not chomping at the bit because not that I'm chomping at the bit. I'm ready and locked and loaded. But I always have to be ready, locked and loaded because I have to write the song.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say I found this week particularly difficult to write a song.
Right.
Because there was probably little bits that, as in, like I do have little lists. I'm like, oh yeah, he does that. That annoys me. And that's generally what I do for Sniper Alley, have little bits, right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't want to write about little bits, right? So what I will say is this song is locked and loaded with peak passive aggressiveness.
Well, do you know what I mean? Welcome to my life.
And I'm given the full shit Skinner sandwich. But I haven't written a full song because we ran out of time.
Right.
Because of the party planning and all of that.
Okay.
Jazz, okay. So I kind of just skip the second verse.
Right.
And I go to full on passive aggressiveness.
Okay.
Right.
We'll just get to it then.
Okay, so you need to sing I'm at a loss, okay?
Okay.
Right, okay.
Right.
I'll start with the Skinner sandwich.
Okay.
Oh, Carl Mullan's the best, better than the rest.
I'm at a loss.
We have a conversation and he forgets what is said.
I'm at a loss.
It's frustrating at times because you have to remind him.
I'm at a loss.
The constant repetition leaves my mind in a spin.
I'm at a loss.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. Do 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 do.
Hang on, this is not surprising.
What do you mean it's not surprising?
We've spoken about this on the podcast before.
About what?
My ability to kind of retain information and for things to for you to say things and it go in one ear and go out the other.
Yes. So as I was writing this song and I was sitting there being like, you fucking pissed me off this week. You know?
Yeah.
One of those moments. And I realised this is one of these times where I am probably not understanding enough in regards to how your brain works.
Okay.
You aren't utilising the tools that are there to help your brain not expand more, but I don't want to
Cope more.
Cope more
Yeah.
is a better way, yeah. And I'm not facilitating you with giving you a little bit of lax with it. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we're all playing a part here.
We're all playing a part.
Okay,
here.
hang on. What's triggered this? I need to know what's triggered this.
What do you what's triggered this?
As in,
This is this is most of our daily lives. But what I would like to get out of this is for our lovely listeners. Does anyone else have this situation where your head just doesn't retain the information? So I get really frustrated having to constantly repeat myself. Do I not?
But
Or remind you
is-
of conversations that we had, which is the reason why we made a summation. And then we have to go back to the beginning of a conversation. And I'm like, I'm actually so tired now. Do you know that way? So that's where I'm asking, how do we resolve that?
See, the thing is, though, I sometimes think that, like, you would be able to talk about a conversation that we had about something like 3 or 4 years ago and then bring it up as if it happened yesterday.
I think
And
that's just a female thing, though.
but I can't do that.
No, and
so the
that's
thing
fair
is, like,
enough.
if we made a decision 3 or 4 years ago, honestly, it's not really applicable now because
No, and that's fair enough. But during the week, I wasn't talking about a conversation that was 3 or 4 years ago. I was talking about a conversation that we had 3 weeks ago.
Right.
And
Okay.
that I've kind of reminded you about each week.
Yeah.
So then when we had a discussion this week, you were like, you couldn't, like, the conversation that we had 3 weeks that you agreed on,
Yeah.
I had to go back. It was like, I even said it to you, it was like, it's like you've thrown the decision back in my face because I'm the one that said the decision. That I'm the one that made the decision, or I'm the one that's like, hang on a second, did we not agree this 3 weeks ago? So that's what I said to you during the week, because I was like, it's like you've thrown it back in my face.
I don't know. Like, you see, the funny thing is, I always find...
Sorry, actually, just for clarity for our lovely listeners, it was like you'd thrown it back in my face, and reason being was because you then flip-flopped on the decision.
Right.
So that's why I felt that way. So that's why we ended up having our little bit of a domestic, didn't we, during the week?
Yeah, it's funny, though, because, like, I find... whenever those situations come up, though, like, one, and I've spoken about this before, as soon as, like, it gets into a situation where, like, it's in any way tense, right? And by the way, in a
This was a
relation,
full-on conversation.
I know that.
This was a full-on conversation, but you cannot, unless everything is airy or fairy, the minute there's a conversation, you tighten up. So your conflict, what is it?
like a fear of conflict.
Fear of conflict,
Yeah.
yes.
No, but that's what I was about to say, is that, like, as soon as we enter that kind of zone, like, and it definitely is, like, what is a high rejection sensitivity, which is part of, like, ADHD. Like, I do struggle with that big time.
Yes.
And the problem is then, like, that's where I do start to, like, word vomit, and I do start to, like, the best way I can describe it is, and I've spoken to my therapist about this, it's if I get into a situation where I anticipate there potentially being conflict,
Yes.
it's like the blood vessels in my brain tighten up.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can describe it. So it's like everything becomes muddled and I don't have any clarity. So the problem is then we might be in the middle of having the conversation, and actually, like, the problem is there might be points that are very important for me to articulate from my perspective, because, like, in any relationship,
But you're in full fright mode, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
You know, there's like fight or flight.
flight. Yeah.
You are in fright mode. So you're like stuck. You're not that you're stuck to the spot, but you can't articulate yourself because you're frozen.
But that's what I
Because
mean.
you don't want to, and you're not hearing the points that are coming in, and then you've got an inability to actually process and think things.
Yeah, but then it's also of an inability to probably articulate to you
Yeah.
the things that are important from my perspective. Because, like, in any conversation, like, it's not just one person who's wrong.
It's both sides.
It's both sides. But the problem is that, like, I find it very difficult sometimes to articulate why I would be feeling a certain way. And, like, you're not going to know because I haven't articulated it to you.
Yeah.
But then generally it resolves itself, and, like, I might, in that situation, be much more able to articulate myself, but I'm not going to come back around to it because we've resolved it.
Yes.
If that's making sense.
Yeah. No.
It's difficult.
But what I will say is, like, so this is where Sniper Alley is good, because as I was writing it, I was like, what's probably hindering us in this situation is that part of your ADHD brain. Do you know that neurodiversity patch there where I'm like, it's actually not his fault that he can't retain information. You know, the way, like, that's not to sound, and sorry, that does sound real dismissive of it. It's not that. It's just like, I actually, when I was writing the song, I was like, right, I'm gonna give this the space that it probably needs to be given.
Yeah.
But then by giving it this space, as in giving you the space, in regards to acknowledging that this potentially could be from a neurodiversity point of view, how do we resolve the issue at hand?
Yeah, because it has to still be dealt with.
Yeah, because I was like, from my point of view, I still feel unheard. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about. So anyway, that's just, Sniper Alley was good this week for that, when I was lying there in the grass, a little bit hungover in the sun, and I was writing my Sniper Alley song.
Oh, thank you. No, and, like,
Yes.
look, it's one of those things where it's important in any relationship for people to, like, it has to be both ways.
Yeah. So isn't it great? Sniper Rally has saved us again.
Good.
Do you have anything for me this week?
I actually don't.
Yeah, you didn't have the time either, did you?
No, exactly.
No,
I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
There's been too much on. So I
Yes.
think we should go to correspondence instead.
Okay.
Okay.
Correspondence section. This is where we get lovely emails in from our lovely listeners. I love this time of the
It's
episode.
great.
I
It is
do love
great.
it. So this one is titled Hon the Baps. Hashtag Hon the Baps.
Great title.
Yeah.
howareyolovey@gmail.com if anyone wants to send an email at any stage, or you can leave a comment underneath any of the episodes.
So this one comes in from Maeve.
Go on, Maeve.
Remember Maeve at all?
Oh, Jesus, Maeve.
Yeah.
Maeve, who's basically the third presenter now of this
Yes,
podcast.
yeah. So she's married to that Cavan man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Alan is his name.
What's wrong with Alan?
Oh, Alan was the one who said didn't like the song. We took out the song for Alan.
Well, I wouldn't mind.
And Maeve said, Aisling, put it back in. Maeve, your wish is my command.
You've been harping on about poor Alan. All he did was say he didn't like the song.
Yeah, he's from Cavan. That's what normally happens to make wrong decisions.
Just stop that. Don't be going at the people of Cavan. Jesus Christ. Leave it be.
Anyway, Maeve said, Ash, your wish is my command. Here I am. So a couple of weeks ago I said, I missed the correspondence with Maeve and Alan.
Right.
It was a thing because Alan emailed in, then Maeve emailed in, she emailed in as his wife.
What's going on in their life?
So I'll tell you now. We're still married after our swipes at each other. I too show my love of pure slagging and only show any affection by ourselves sometimes. We binged a few episodes at the weekend of our pod, obviously. And one of them was the bonus quiz episode of basically little things Carl forgot to do. And after each question, Alan's voice got louder, each time saying, oh my God, this is you. So this is when I was away. Do you remember we did a little bit? Remember I got stick?
You did get sick?
I got stick in that bonus episode. Yeah, so that's that one.
You were being a bitch.
Shut your face. Sure, you love me still. Loved the wedding bonus episode. We are over 2 years in and I would still love nothing more than to start the whole planning process over again. Really, Maeve?
The planning. Jeez, I can't say I enjoyed the planning for the wedding now.
Yeah, you kind of were left to it, do it on your thought.
No,
And
like,
she said,
yes.
the blues will never leave. So she still misses the whole process.
Buzz of the whole thing.
Yeah. Completely agree with the favours on the table. But what I did was I made up a hamper boxes and put them in everyone's bedrooms.
Sorry, what a lovely thing to do. I'm telling you now, I could not be arsed.
She made a little, she sent us a little picture.
I couldn't be arsed.
Oh, let's see. Bottles of water, Diorolite, crisps, Ferrero Rocher,
Imagine how long it would take to put that together.
and a refresher bar
I don't love anyone enough to do that. I'm sorry.
for each of the guests.
No way.
I'm going to put it up to the camera so our YouTube watchers can see it.
No way,
That's
Jose.
a great little gift.
What
You see that there now, producer Emma?
do you know what? That's given me an idea though.
Go on.
Rather than do favours, this is actually really good fun at a wedding. Rather than do favours, put whatever the budget would be for the favours and put it into raffle prizes. And everyone gets a ticket
Yes.
on their table and then you do a raffle
Oh.
for the prizes.
Wouldn't that be a nice way of doing like an icebreaker activity?
But it'd be really good fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But have actually decent prizes.
Yeah.
Sorry, there you go now. If anyone's doing a wedding, that'd actually be really
A
good
raffle.
fun.
A raffle.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I sometimes think raffles are cheap. You know, it's kind of one of those things that you do at the end of it to raise money.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time,
Would you be doing that at your wedding?
well, I'd rather have a raffle than get oh, here's a customized biscuit.
True, yeah,
I
'cause
couldn't give a
that's also-
shit
yeah,
about
okay,
your customized biscuit.
Right, go on. Right, okay. So, we had an exclusive wedding venue too and absolutely loved it. Alan and Maeve, I mean, we may as well be twins.
We are dead.
Apart from the 2 years and 4 years married and the fact I didn't marry a Cavan man. But, swiftly move on. Our fur baby Harvey also has his birthday in April.
Oh,
Sorry, Harvey and Angie.
maybe they're brother and sister.
I don't know if they're brother and sister. I have a picture of Harvey. Oh my goodness, he sleeps like Angie, balls up.
But what is he? What breed is he?
I'll have a little look now.
By looking at his balls.
No. He does look like a little bit of a so make sure she didn't put it in the email. He does look like a bit of a cockapoo.
Okay.
Cock with balls up. Sorry, go on.
Sake.
Is it only their fur baby is Harvey? Is it only me who genuinely blubbers each year? No, No, I mean, I get like with Angie all the time.
Oh, with Angie. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Angie is my first baby, and
Oh, come here. Like, I mean,
she's not allowed on the couch with anyone else. But when she wants a snuggle at night, like she comes under the blanket with me, doesn't she?
well, she's 6 now, and you're going like,
She loves a snuggle with Mum every night.
she's definitely, hopefully not halfway through her life. Hopefully she's longer than that. But you're going like, if a Labrador lived to 15, you'd be doing really well. And you're going like, she's 6 now. Like you start.
Yeah, no, she's grand. We're all good.
I know, it's an awful thought.
Back to Maeve's email. But Maeve is talking about when they get a year older, as in like on their birthday, we want to celebrate it.
Yeah, she's talking about doing up blubber every year because you think about them not being here.
From someone whose home house is walking distance to Phoenix Park. Maeve, you're very close.
Sorry, you sir.
Yeah. And love it. I think I would pass out if I saw yous there, and Alan would be more so.
Ah, Jesus, we need to meet.
Yeah. Speaking of Phoenix Park, while I was learning to drive in the extreme early stages, we used to do the back roads there and came across some
Dogging. Well, I think it is the dogging capital of Ireland.
Is it?
Yeah, Phoenix Park.
Why on earth would they leave the lights on inside the car with the steamed up windows?
Mad.
Difference between 17-year-old me and Carl driving about. So she totally rubbernecked. No, she nearly died, rubbernecked and kept going. Whereas you were like, turn the car around,
We spun
lads.
the car around,
in case you missed it, was it three episodes ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, Carl was talking about one of his pals got their first car and they used to just go for drives around Dublin.
Some of the things you'd see.
And
we saw
two people riding in Clontarf.
But not in a car. On the side of the road, in a bush.
And then huge congratulations on the 50th episode, yeehaw. And give Carl an epic pat on the back for doing so well babysitting while you were away. Isn't he just fab?
I don't know whether there's shade there.
Oh,
that's like
Maeve is
if
me.
she's being passive aggressive you.
Maeve.
Oh
Maeve's my best.
God.
Okay. How's the running going, or dare I ask?
No.
Yeah. And then keep up the serious bants and giving Cavan the slagging it deserves.
Well,
always a dub, Maeve.
We love you, Maeve.
I love you.
We need to genuinely, when she says about how the running's going, we're going to have to like decide on making a call on this, because if we don't get our arses in gear, this marathon's not happening.
I know. No, but that's fine. We'll align ourselves this week. We now have time.
Okay.
Like all of the decision-making processes, things that we need to make decisions on have been made, and now we can just sail into summer and us and training and life.
Can I bring a comment from last week's episode on Spotify? Aisling says, guys, you need to watch The Secret Life of Bees on National Geographic. It's a 2-part program, which is absolutely incredible. Bees are so clever. You will have a very productive garden if you watch this. This came off the back of us talking about bees, and we were asking how they would ride each other. Very mad.
Yeah.
So essentially, the male bee, the queen bee goes out, she's riding the lads, it all happens in the air. But then the lads' willies fall off and they die afterwards.
Yeah, that's what we were listening to.
It's a non-scientific version of it.
I think I would like to watch that documentary though.
I'll watch that. I'd love to see that.
Tonight now.
That's fine. That's perfect.
In bed.
Good luck and thanks. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I need to finish?
What?
Should I Marry a Murderer?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's very well done. The filmography on it is very well done.
We've been watching it on Netflix. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I watched it and now I'm rewatching it with him because I just love how the editing is done.
It was very, very good. It was an excellent watch. Can I give one more comment then as well?
Yes.
From the bonus episode as well. Because on the bonus episode, if people remember, there was a certain thing. One of the confessions that came in was that people would take a certain like drug essentially.
Yes.
That would
more
help
of a psych drug I've learned, so I never had it.
It would help give
in
them
my years of training.
Yeah, it would help give them a tan. So it was chloropromazine.
It wouldn't give them a tan. It wouldn't help give them a tan. It was one of the side effects of the
One of the side, well, it wasn't the sole
they
purpose of
weren't
it.
being given to have a tan.
So anyway,
it's photosensitive, isn't it?
We didn't know why, and during the episode, we never quite got to the bottom of it. So Steve said, chloropromazine or largactic, which is more commonly known as, causes photosensitivity, meaning you are high risk of sunburn.
Yes.
So the idea is that people would take it to help themselves, take it in small doses to help yourself get a better tan, which is crazy. That's crazy, Carry on.
Oh my God.
Isn't that mad? But this came in the confessions box. If you haven't listened to the episode.
Okay, I never knew that.
Please do.
Yeah.
Have a listen to it because it's mad and we're going to do another one again. Do you know what? We need to pick. Could I get some suggestions for industries that we should ask for confessions from?
Well, in fairness, we got a few. So we said psych nurses.
Yeah.
So there's psych nurses. We were saying teachers could be a good one.
Teachers would
You
be
were
a great
saying
one.
Paramedics.
Paramedics or fire service, kind
Yes.
of emergency services, guards. Now I know the guards are very. I don't think the guards would do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to do a guards one, but I don't think any guards would partake.
Yes.
But we could see. What else? Builders. I think.
Yeah,
it'd be
but
good
the
stuff.
builders ones you probably fecking know. We know from our builders what the carry on that does go on.
They're mental.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me some suggestions for various different industries we can get confessions from, because
Yes.
I loved last week's bonus episode.
It was
so
good
much fun.
good fun.
And we'll do another one for the nurses too. But if you are a nurse as well, happy International Nurses Day from Tuesday just gone.
Yes, yes. Happy International Nurses Day, colleagues.
I think, Ash, people can probably tell from our voices, we are absolutely exhausted.
Yes.
We are not running at full capacity.
We need to go brush our teeth. That's what they've learned.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for listening, and whatever you're up to, have a brilliant week.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. We'll see you on Saturday, for the bonus episode.
See you on Saturday for the bonus episode. Slán, slán.
Good luck.